with the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz on the sideline of the G20 Compact with Africa Economic Conference. Let's hear from the president.
A democracy should be, if we fight for it, yes, it is now very flexible and resilient in Nigeria, be assured. Shake off the military era syndrome. Shake that off. You may have all other news from sections of Africa, but for Nigeria, democracy is there, is here, and we are partners. Nigeria voted for me for reforms. And from day one of my inauguration, I started the reform. Yes, it could be difficult in the past to do business in Nigeria, in Africa as a whole. But to any foresight and progressive business thinkers, to ignore the largest economy in Africa is not the solution to your progressive side.
That's in Germany. I saw the way the president, even in Saudi Arabia, the way he was marketing Nigeria aggressively. In continuation of that, you can see the way the president is marketing Nigeria. It's quite amazing. When I sit down to listen to his speeches, people are not talking about this speeches.
Balablu anymore. No, there's no Balablu to report. I've been saying is completely shut up those who felt, oh, the Tinubu presidency will be full of howlers, will be full of Balablus, will be full of Agbado, will be full of cassava, all of those things that they were saying. They can't hear anything from his mouth. They are wondering, is this the same man? Is it the same man? Well, God has his way of doing things. And the ways of God only he can explain. God wanted this man to be president. God knows why. Now, for all the people, he paved the way for him to emerge.
There's nothing happen behind God.
No, I believe in God. I was born in the North. That is the way we see things. We believe that there's a ruler of the universe. And it is when he permits something to happen that it can happen. This is the
no matter how you hate that person.
Yes.
Yeah.
You hate him. Look at those who are wishing Buhari dead. Many of them died before him. They died.
And Buhari is still waxing strong.
The day that when he was ill, and he was abroad for a long time, he came down at the airport in Kaduna. Rara, the musician, said, Sohoya Soka de Kwari, that an old man stepped down with strength, with vigor. They were not expecting it. They thought it would be packaged. But he came back, and from that point,
he started walking.
Remember started walking. He trekked for 800 meters to the mosque. He refused to be allowed. Yes, he refused to be allowed to be carried. I remember when I visited the president's wife, then the son, Yusuf, was telling me that they were all taken by surprise. That the president could walk that far. Somebody who had just recovered. Well, that is God for you. Tinubu has marketed not just Nigeria, but our continent the way others before him had not done. Remember that speech at the UN? Somebody said he was marketing the continent and saying, look, don't come and prescribe to us what to do. This is what we will do as a continent. This is what we want. That's presidential. And the way he's going about this economic diplomacy, it is clear that he wants so many great things to happen. in the area of the economy during his time. And he's really, really focused on that. That it has taken a lot of energy out of him. But it's because he knows that when these people begin to come in with their foreign direct investment, portfolio investments and all that, the economy will improve. There will be jobs for people who will look at MTN now and say that MTN, a foreign company, has not changed the face of business even in our country. How many companies are contributing to the GDP as much as MTN is doing? Because it's the clear market leader in that telecom sector. That is what foreign investment can do for you. It will bring in foreign exchange for you. It will bring transfer of technology. It will give employment to people who desire it badly in your country. So we need these people to come to our country and invest. And the president is saying, look, there are critical areas: energy, transportation. We need you to come down. Now look at the German Chancellor is saying you need to sort out some gray areas. You know, it's always said that it's difficult to do business in Nigeria. We have to improve in the area of ease of doing business. And the German Chancellor is saying, we can help you because Tinubu wants rail transportation, rail transport in our country, modern rail transport, double the speed that we have now. Because it's possible. But the Chancellor is saying that will happen when we have sorted out some problems here and there, because that's an area that Siemens can be of use. So before going to those places, he already has his agenda. He knows what he wants. We are going through difficult times at this time. You know, people don't even want to hear about some measures being taken. But the truth is, if these ideas are followed through, the gains will come. They may not come in the immediate. No one is talking about that. But the gains will come later. And people will see that, yes, our economy is on the path of real growth and development. That is what this president...
Mujid, some Nigerians are looking at, as we are waiting for the gains, are we not going to die of hunger before this gain comes? Because some Nigerians are not so patient. And they are not asking for too much. All they just want is good governance. What they just want is food on my table. They are not expecting that rice will become 67,000 naira per bag. And we are less than how many months to Christmas?
Yes, things are really bad. But if you look at the way a baby falls while trying to learn walking, to walk, then you would think, you might wonder, will the baby ever make it to adulthood? So that's the process we are in Nigeria. It's not easy. Each time I drive into a fuel station and I want to top up, I feel the pain. I mean, it's not easy at all. And coupled with the exchange rate harmonization, I mean, it's affecting all of us. But it's like we'll be deceiving ourselves if we expect a miracle to happen in 6 months. But things had really gone very bad. Now, recall that the past administration of Buhari entered into a power agreement with the same Siemens. But there are some cobwebs, there are some bureaucratic bottlenecks, which the German Chancellor gave a hint about when he came visiting about a month ago in Abuja, where he invited President Tinubu to this meeting. So those are the areas they are trying to clear. And if you see the kind of intervention Siemens is making in Egypt, you will know that they know their onions. For example, Siemens used to be basically into telephone, but now they have diversified. Wow. They have gone into power and also rail transportation. Siemens is building a 60,000 kilometer 2,000 kilometer, 230 kilometers per hour rail network in across 60 cities in Egypt, and that will transform and change the mass transportation in that country. That's the kind of thing the president wants cement to come and replicate in Nigeria. And what they just need is that guarantee and ease of doing business, that when they come, there will be no encumbrances. They are ready to finance it. They are ready to do a build, operate, manage, and transfer for us, similar to what the Lagos State government did with CCECC, the China Civil Engineering on the Blue Line. So, as they are doing 30%, then government will give them the milestone, not that you will wait for government to fund you first. It is the payments will be on milestone. So that will be a game changer in our transport, because what we use presently now is the 100 kilometers per hour standard gauge, which, I mean, that one cannot take you more than 100 kilometers. But the rapid rail system that they are building in Egypt, I mean, is the type that the president wants to bring to and also, it is not as if we are not having the power. Even the German Chancellor said that. It's not as if we don't have electricity. It is being generated, but it's not getting to the population because of the problems you have with our transport, I mean, with our transmission and distribution. So, we don't have that capacity to really store more. I doubt if we can store up to 15,000 megawatts of electricity. So, yeah, we need to.
We can't will.
And that's why.
Capacity that we can generate, we lack the capacity to transmit.
To transmit and store, yeah.
We lack the capacity to distribute it.
Yeah.
So that is the problem.
So that's why you see our national grid shutting down. When you want to, I mean, if you have a capacity for, if your tank capacity is 100 liters, for example, and you want to force 120 liters into it, it is either a burst or your petrol will be wasting. So that's the kind of thing we have. So if you get to a certain capacity that is above the threshold, the grid will shut down. So we need to work more on this to ensure that we improve on our distributor network and transmission network. So those two areas are areas that will further showcase the efforts that the president is putting into taking out of the doldrum.
Julie, on a final note, Nigerians are waiting that these foreign investors that President Bola Tinubu, these investors that is going out to woo, that the dividend at the end of the day, they will sit on their table.
They will see it.
They want to see it, and they want to see it before they die of hunger.
The president is not Aladdin. It's not a magician. It's not a magician who will put rabbit out of a hat. So let's not deceive our people that something that had been damaged over a period of 20 years, and Aladdin can come and within 6 months will repair. I've had even some of the best economists in our country, people like Rewane, saying Nigerians will begin to see improvement from the second quarter. He said that within the first few weeks of the president's takeover. So these changes, whereas there are seeing other countries of the world too facing so much problems at this time. Can we even compare ourselves to Argentina, for example? The inflationary rate in Argentina is almost 150%.
Or Ghana.
Or even Ghana.
Ghana is hedging towards 50%.
You see, Nigeria, over time, we've been made to feel that, look, there's no problem, you get this, you get this. And people rely on government.
Electricity is
we used to subsidize air travel. I'm telling you that Nigerian Airways, we used to subsidize air travel. We used to subsidize essential materials, rice, sugar, wheat. I grew up in Nigeria to see us subsidize food items. All of this cannot continue forever. Now when we could not pay our bills, we knew that we had to just let subsidy go. Subsidy is gone. When Nigeria begins to recover and the currency, our currency stabilizes, is much stronger, there is no way that it will not impact on so many phases of economic life, including even the cost of fuel. So we are waiting patiently for that improvement to happen, because it's happened in some countries. And the people saw the progress later on. We need a transformational leader. We need the president to continue to push hard to improve the economy. Once that improvement happens, Nigerians will be able to see, you won't be able to hide it. We can't sit here and tell Nigerians that, oh, we still have to offer hope to our people. If some of us are confident in our country and we've chosen not to leave this country, we have to encourage others to remain. There are people who tell me, Jide, when we hear you speak, our hope in Nigeria becomes even greater. That is what we need to continue to do. And when the president or his people are derailing, it is our duty to tell him that, look, you cannot do this.
All right. The federal government appears to be getting some relief regarding revenue generation. According to the Minister of Finance, Wale Edun, the federal account is witnessing improved revenue inflow following removal of petrol subsidy. At a function in Abuja, the minister said the revenue generation has moved from an average of 650 billion naira to more than 1 trillion naira monthly in the last 4 months. MJ.
Yeah, there was this federal accounts allocation committee retreat, FAC retreat in Nasaba, where the Minister Wale Edun was represented by the permanent secretary of the Federal Ministry of Finance Incorporated. And, you know, the kind of things, you know, is the accountant, all the accountant generals of the states are members of the FAC. So they understand this, and I happen to be close to about 2 of them. And before now, the kind of things they tell us, this NNPC will come and tell them we don't have anything to put down this month. NNPC.
Yes.
And you see, very arrogant set of characters. They will just tell you we don't have anything to put that, and nothing will happen. But that has changed. Now, since the removal of fuel subsidy, the highest Nigeria, the FAC has been sharing, or rather before May this year, the highest they've had to work on was 650 billion. But since June, when subsidy was removed, and also following the harmonization of the forex exchange, those 2 factors has saved Nigeria minimum of 350 to 400 billion every month. Because subsidy...
There were months when we didn't even share more than 300 billion.
300 billion.
Yes.
Because NNPC will come and say...
So they spent it on subsidy.
They have spent it on subsidy. Something that was not even appropriated in the budget. They were just... The NNPC was behaving as if they were above board. They were not audited for more than 12 years. And I think the kind of surgical operation that is going on in the CBN should be carried out. It should happen out. It should happen at the NNPC, because it is only in Nigeria that you see a national petroleum corporation managing crude oil and doing oil swap, and at the same time telling us that they were doing subsidy.
Spending money unappropriated.
Spending money unappropriated. Declaring, even, there were some months they declared losses in the finalists, declaring losses. NNPC. And they will be so arrogant about it. NNPC. So, I know that the president is already beaming his searchlights, and it's already, the searchlight is yielding results, although not at the scale we would have expected. Because a lot of rot is happening in that. If the NNPC is well managed, there is no way, we are making money from taxes too. There is no way that earnings from the oil sector alone should be sufficient for us. If we are prudent and if we are being sincere with the kind of reportage. You imagine a vessel comes to Nigeria, a 3 million crude capacity vessel will take at least a week to load. A vessel is not the size of this cup, and they will say they didn't see it. And it will steal our oil, 300 million barrels, 800,000 barrels, and go. And people will claim they didn't see it. A whole vessel far. But that has stopped.
What is the import of this 1 trillion naira?
You see?
As in, what are the advantages?
A lot. You can have enough money for the states. The states are getting a lot more now. So we should be in position to challenge the governors. What are you doing with the money? I said that there were months when we shared just about 300 billion.
Across
all the three tiers of government. Yes.
Local government, 774.
300 billion. Anytime they even go above 400, 500,
they'll be clapping. Yeah.
Now they are sharing 900 and something. And in spite of that, there's still some money that they are saving. There's the infrastructure fund that was created. So states are getting a lot more. Although you must also admit that inflation would make it difficult for those gains to be maximized.
Yeah.
Because, look, you can easily be deceived, this is a lot of money. But what can it buy? Inflation arising from removal of subsidy has eroded some of the gains that we have made. But the states are earning more now. So they should have enough to fix critical infrastructure and to also pay workers' bills. Some of those governors who are notorious for not paying salaries, at least now they can earn a lot more. Then, of course, Nigeria, because we've removed subsidy, even at the center, there are some funds that have been freed that can actually be used to solve some critical problems, help alleviate the pains of our people in this era of subsidy. Yes, we are earning a lot more. It means we can also find some more money to service our debts. But again, the problem already created by the devaluation of the currency is a big one. At more than 1,000 naira to $1 now, the cost of servicing debt has also shot up rapidly because servicing of debt is in foreign currency. So these monies are coming in, but there are problems already created by rapid inflation and the devaluation of our currency.
All right, we'll take this break. When we come back, we'll talk more. It's still Journalist Hangout. We'll be right back after this breather. Please don't go away.
In today's world, our lifestyle, both at work and at play, depends on connectivity. Our connectivity depends on the devices that make it possible, and these devices depend on electric power. When power fails, our life shrinks, our work drops, and our joy dips. JRB Solar Energy Systems are here to ensure that we enjoy uninterruptible power, uninterruptible joy. Whether you're running a business, an institution, or just a home you return daily to rest, JRB has got you covered. No project is too big for our super digital inverters, long-lasting batteries, and efficient solar panels. Go. Dream on. Change your world. JRB solar inverters, batteries, solar panels, solar streetlights, and more. Telephone 0906 752 1111. Email sales@jrbsolar.com. With JRB, the sun's gonna shine on everything you do.
It's like every other year, my wife wants to paint, and her own kind of budget just makes me want to faint. 50 buckets of paint? Make it make sense. I'm only dropping cheddar if it's using Santex.
Santex? Yes, Santex. The amazing durability is more than mere text. Rich quality paint within your budget. So make the smart choice. Paint with Santex.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong
with a smart choice. Santex paint.
Santex paint.
Smart choice.
Smart choice.
Paint
Put your dreams on the walls of your reality. Buy Santex Paint products from October to December 2023 and win amazing prizes. Offers available at authorized Santex Paint stores across Nigeria. Santex Paint, the smart choice.
Thank you for staying with us. If you're just joining us, this is Journalist Hangout. We're reaching you live from TVC here in Lagos, Nigeria. And I have Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Moji Jami in the studio. One man's mistake can become a headache for another, a group of or government. Now, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Obafemi Hamzat, is facing such. The office of the Deputy Governor of Lagos State has faulted the publication on the website of the State Public Procurement Agency, attributing 2 billion naira for the provision of items like rechargeable fans and lights and refrigerators to the office. He said the correct amount is 2 million naira. 2 million naira. A leaked internal memo signed by the Director of Finance and Accounts, Tola Ekimode, on behalf of the Permanent Secretary in the office of the Deputy Governor, described the claim and the online story as total misrepresentation of facts. Femi Dohati, a candidate of ADC, actually, since 3 days ago, made an online publication, wrote an open letter to the government of Lagos State, and he made some claims and those things. And when I saw 7 million naira for air fresheners, I saw, the office of the chief of staff, 402 million naira for bulletproof vehicles and everything. Now the deputy governor, Femi Hamzat, is coming to debunk one of the claims because the man made several other claims in that publication. Now, one of it is the office of the deputy governor, Mr. Obafemi Hamzat. Doctor.
Yes, it was a viral online report that suggested that the deputy governor got 2 billion for the supply of fans, rechargeable lights and refrigerators, while his wife got 30 million monthly for outreach to indigent residents. Now, an internal memo dated November 20 from the office of the deputy governor, an address to the DG of the Lagos State Public Procurement Agency, flayed the claims on the website, and the memo described the open letter that an opposition figure came up with as untrue, fake, mischievous, and unfounded. And Hamzat clarified that the office did get approval and awarded the provision of supply items for the sum of 2,017,800 naira as against 2,017,840. So there's a difference between 2 million and 2 billion.
A whole lot of difference.
You see, our people, they also said the 30 million that they are talking about in respect of the outreach. The deputy governor argued that 30 million was for the whole year.
That's 2.5 million per month.
Not for a month. They know that our people like this salacious,
sensational.
Yes, when they see this kind of thing, their blood will boil and all that. But it is what it is.
Saying at this time.
They want to demarket them as best as they can. And you see, I also saw what the Commissioner for Information, yes, I also read what he said about this claim, quite a whole lot of claims about the government at this time. And the commissioner said that payment, the so-called payment of 50 million to 4 lawyers, was a non-existent claim, that it never happened. There was no time that they paid lawyers 50 million from the funds of Lagos State. And The candidate of the Labour Party in the governorship election,
Rival.
the document that he came up with to validate his claims, the commissioner said the document neither carried the logo of Lagos State, nor was the signature of any of his officials passing through it. This is all we know. I find it difficult to believe that Amzat will permit this kind of
2 billion
financial
2 million
financial heresy to happen in his office. I mean,
so modest.
we see there are people that we can trust on certain matters.
So modest.
No, there's no way I'm
not the
2 billion is a lot of money now.
no. Not
Do they think some of these people are crazy?
See, I've been a deputy chief of staff to a governor before. The office of the chief of staff to a governor is, for Lagos, for example, there will be about 800 workers. The office of the chief of staff. So that vehicle that they are talking about, the 440 million SUV, it is an utility vehicle that they use in carrying diplomats that visit Lagos. At times, according to the Commissioner for Information on one TV station, this one, he said the governor, when they have influx of this, at times will have a day that, I think 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, the German Chancellor was in Lagos. It is this type of vehicle that you can't carry him in a Korope now, or that type of your car. No. He's the president of a country. He has to be given that treatment. Well, people see, now they said it is for the chief of staff. Now, such vehicles, such offices, such movements are domiciled under the office of the chief of staff. Not for the chief of staff, Tayo Ayinde, to be riding and be sitting inside it. No. So we need to understand that. And another issue they raised, and I'm surprised that some of these people should learn how government works. Honestly, and I'm surprised that Doherty, as the kind of respect I have for him, it disappointed me. You should ask questions. Also, those in that public procurement department should sit tight. Maybe they should train them and retrain them. That's the same way they always messed up the mass burial during the not even NSAS. This is a mass burial thing that they do all the time. If you do not put NSAS, would you change the fact that you want to do mass burial? Were you not doing mass burial before NSAS? Yeah. Must you put NSAS? Just because the governor queried what they brought, that this is too much.
The man refused.
So they went to put NSAS.
They now embarrassed the government by.
So they now said,
meanwhile, that incident happened long
before NSAS. So
the same NSAS where people could not provide even names of the dead.
See,
they said your relation was killed.
What is the name?
What's his name? Where is his corpse?
It was a massacre.
They call it a massacre.
And they don't even bring the name.
I was telling them that massacre means mass murder. Where is the evidence? It is not possible in this age of social media where somebody could stand far away and snap pictures that there will be a massacre, a bloodbath.
So the state government should beam its searchlight in that agency, but probably there are some funny characters there that need to throw away or post to other departments or retrain, so that they can stop embarrassing the government.
What this you also tell them is that they are being watched. People lost the election and were claiming that they came first when they were far away from coming first. They will not leave you alone.
Yeah, that's it.
They are going to do their best to embarrass you. And to that extent, you must be transparent. You must be sensible in everything you do because, look, you are surrounded by enemies. And those enemies, they are looking for a way to bring you down and make you look bad before the world.
Especially the mood in town.
Yeah?
Especially the mood in town.
And the mood in town helps
talk about somebody.
And there was this claim that they used 7.5 million to buy perfume for the governor.
Which kind of perfume?
See,
you see, even if I become governor, does anybody need to buy perfume for me?
See, can't
I buy my perfume?
I have been to the governor's office. I've been to the governor's office. It's not even perfume. It's these infusions that you see that is powered, and you see it's like a fountain. You see it dehumidifier. That is it. They changed some, and I've been to the governor's office. There are so many offices there. Most of the offices have these dehumidifiers that will make the place to smell nice. Yeah. That is the fragrance they changed. Not a perfume or spray for the governor.
They call it perfume.
Because that's the 7 million.
So it's a dehumidifier. And I mean, during the COVID period, it was encouraged that they should do such things.
These difficult times, people's blood will boil when they hear.
Sure, no doubt about that.
What governments must do, from the top to the bottom, from President Tinubu to the governors,
even to local government chairmen.
What they must do at this time is to realize that this is not pre-2015.
Yeah.
Nigeria was the fastest growing economy in the world after China some years back.
Yeah.
Today, our economy is gasping.
Yeah.
Today, there is so much hunger in the land. Politicians must behave responsibly in a manner that shows that they share in the pain that people
of
people.
No doubt about that.
Spend and nobody is raising eyebrows. If they even spend a fraction of it, people will raise eyebrows.
Yeah.
People's blood will boil. So they must realize that this is not the time.
Because the hunger.
The hunger in the land.
Sakpa.
A delica of rice. Selling a delica of rice for almost 1,000 naira.
Things are really difficult.
People will not complain.
People will complain.
They will complain.
Also that
they will swear at you.
Rice again.
No, there is nothing like 100 naira rice.
And more
egg is 200 naira.
More states should also publish the accounts of their procurement process, just like Lagos and some other states are doing, so that we can see some of these things and query it and scrutinize it.
All right, moving on now. Why not? Yeah. The more elections that we conduct, okay. My teleprompter is doing me something. Okay, we are talking about not the election now in Ebonyi State. That's the nomination of the governor that at the Court of Appeal for alleged double nomination as alleged by the People's Democratic Party. Now, the governor of Ebonyi State, Francis Nwifuru, is facing a legal battle at the Court of Appeal over alleged double nomination. The candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the state, Ifeanyi Odi, is seeking nullification of the election of Governor Nwifuru over the claims that his nomination contradicts provisions of the Electoral Acts. So, will he suffer the fate of Governor Caleb Mutwang of Plateau State? Now, to just joining us for this discussion, we have Liberos Oshoma standing by, the legal practitioner, and let me start with Jide.
The governor is accused of belonging to two political parties. Usually what speakers do, or House of Assembly members do, is when they are defecting, they will announce on the floor of the House. The accusation is that Governor Nwifuru, who was Speaker of the Ebonyi House of Assembly, at no time defected to the APC. So he's accused of paying his dues to the PDP right up to the time when he got the ticket of the APC to contest as governor of the state. He was not known to have officially quit the PDP. So what people are saying is that if they were to apply the principle of appeal as transpired in Plateau State, then the judgment of the appeal court regarding the case in Ebonyi State could be predictable, except, of course, the Court of Appeal decides to contradict itself, because it's similar to what happened in Plateau in terms of not being qualified to contest. In Plateau, it was argued that they were not qualified to contest because they didn't do primaries. They did primaries in only 5 local governments. They disobeyed the order of the court. In this case, you cannot be in 2 parties. So we have to find out, did they really defect? Where? Did they defect on the floor of the house, which is the tradition? Yeah. So the court has to decide that otherwise it could be really terrible for the governor of Ebonyi.
The Supreme Court has given us a kind of prelude. Who can raise these questions? As somebody within your party or somebody that is directly affected. But now it's not the candidate of the People's Democratic Party raising it. Does this matter?
No, it's even Abga. It's the candidate of Abga. But then Nwifuru actually defected on the floor of the House. So they called that Dave Umahi defected to the APC. Okay. Dave Umahi is from Ebonyi. He defected to the APC. So some members of the House of Assembly also defected.
Is it on record?
Well, I think I read it then. I'm not sure now. But I know, Dave Umahi, who is the Minister for Works now, used to be in PDP. Yes. He defected. No doubt about that.
Long before.
Long before.
A long time ago.
Then I think 3 months before the end of the tenure of 3 months before the election, the speaker defected. I am not sure about that, quote unquote. But this case, well, we'll listen to liberals, but this case is a bit different from that of Plateau. The person,
but it's still nomination issue.
It's nomination, you know. That's the. But at the tribunal, the 3 judges at the tribunal was unanimous. They said it ought to have been a pre-election matter. That's why they gave him a unanimous judgment, and they called the Abga guy a meddlesome interloper.
But they also in Plateau too.
Yeah.
The tribunal, the lower tribunal, also ruled that it was pre-election matter. But appeal court said no. But the appeal court was very abusive.
Yeah.
Those judges at the lower tribunal would they behave like people who do not understand the law. So the question is, what really is pre-election matter?
Let's get the legal interpretation from liberals. Thank you for joining us, liberals, Oshima.
Yeah, thank you, Ayo.
Now, the person raising this case now, and the way you see it, how would you describe this court case against the governor of Ebonyi State?
Yeah, AY, let's position the fact of the different matters so that people, our viewers, will understand the meat of what actually is played out. Jamiu said the speaker defected. No, the speaker never defected. When Umahi defected, the current governor, who was the speaker then, there were allegations that he defected. And the man deposed to an affidavit that he did not defect. The affidavit was deposed to by even the then clerk of the house. And he continually paid dues up until May this year, when elections were conducted. Continually paid dues in PDP because, unlike the case of the governor who leaves his party, because there is no constitutional provision for a governor who leaves his party to lose his seat, but that of the assembly members, lawmakers, is clear that any assembly member who defects automatically loses his seat, provided he can show that there is crisis in the party. And the court had interpreted crisis to mean crisis at the center, the national office of the party. So to that extent, the current governor, who was the then speaker, insisted that he did not defect and continually paid dues as a member of PDP up until May. He went to court also, the State High Court. Also, when the court ruled that if he defected, some members went to court to say that he had defected and he should lose his seat. And the judge of the Federal High Court in Abuja said that if they in fact did defect, that they are liable to lose their seat. And the man they post on affidavit will say he's still a member of PDP and he didn't defect. Even went to court in Ebonyi to also depose on affidavit that he did not defect. So at all material time, he was a member of PDP up until May. The question now is, can you be a member of two political parties at the same time? This is distinct from challenging the candidature, because one of the grounds for contesting an election petition is that the candidate that was declared winner was not qualified to contest the election as at the time he contested election, was not validly nominated. So the issue is, can a candidate be a member of two political parties, what we can call Ihendeba? So that is a novel question for determination by the court. Unlike Plateau, the court insisted that they should conduct Congress in 17 local governments, but they conducted in only 5. And to that extent, the court took judicial notice of that judgment of the court, nullifying, insisting that Congress must be conducted, just like it happened in Rivers when Magnus Abe and Amechi's faction were having that crisis, just the same way it happened in Zamfara between the Marafa faction and Aziz Yari's faction. That's the case of Plateau. But the case of Ebonyi is novel and distinct. It's on the issue of being a member of two political parties. And I also think that we should not allow politicians to benefit from their shenanigans or to benefit from their manipulation. A situation where, because you want to beat the system, because you don't want to leave your party because of fear of losing your seat, you remain in that party and at the same time contesting election on the platform of another party. I think the courts should not allow politicians to benefit from such attempt to sidetrack the system. Because what they basically were trying to do was to circumvent the law, and it has boomerang on their face.
Are we going to categorize this as a pre-election matter?
So the issue now is, which pre-election...
what constitutes pre-election matter?
Kind of pre-election matters can also be had at the level of tribunal.
You see, people are carried away with this pre-election. A situation where, for example, you are contesting the primaries conducted. The primaries conducted that led to the emergence of that candidate. The court had consistently heard that these are pre-election matters and the tribunal do not have jurisdiction to deal with them. But when it has to do with how this candidate became a candidate, issues of qualification, issues of double nomination, issues of being a member of two political parties, also issues of non-conduct of congresses and non-conduct of primaries, violating a court order. These are not issues you can say are pre-election matters. These are both pre- and post-election matters. But for pre-election matters, the court has heard who can bring an action, I think by virtue of Section 34 or so, that it must be a candidate who participated in the process. I think 134, Section 134 of the Electoral Act, a member who participated in the process. Unlike the previous 2011 Act, where anybody can bring an action. But in this case, it is somebody who participated in the process. But here now, the question that the PDP should be asking the judges to determine is if a candidate in an election can belong to two political parties, considering the fact that he was paying dues in one political party and then a candidate in another political party, deposing to an affidavit that he belongs to this party and at the same time belong to the other party. Can you validly belong to APC and PDP?
I wanted to ask you quickly that have we faced this kind of situation before? Do you have any reference points to this?
Any precedents, yeah.
AY, that is why I'm telling you that is a novel issue. So that the court do not mix it up with the issue of just membership, like the case of Peter Obi, where the question of Section 77, the issue of Section 77 was called into question. This case is novel. Can you, that is why I'm narrowing it down to that question of, can you validly, it is forbidden. If the court forbids, if the act forbids double nomination for 2 positions, by extension, the law also forbids being a member of 2 political parties at the same time contesting an election in one and paying dues in the other one. So that is the issue. That's the question. You know, every year we amend the Electoral Act to accommodate novel issues that have come up, just like the case of Amechi, for example, and Omeya, when the Electoral Act was subsequently amended that if you do not participate in the process. This is such a novel case where the law is that if you cannot accommodate double nomination, you also cannot accommodate being a member of 2 political parties at the same time running for election. Even though you are not running you are not being nominated by the 2 parties, but in this case, you are a member of 2 political parties. You are occupying the office of one as a speaker. You are contesting the office of governor in the other one.
Hold on.
Let's look at this quickly. I want to touch briefly on the judgment of the lower tribunal that gave him victory.
Unanimous.
What were the judges talking about? What were the elements at play?
The judges of the lower court missed the point completely. What they were dwelling on was the issue of candidature and membership of the party. That membership of the party is an internal party affair. And that since just like the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court heard in Peter Obi's case, that since the membership of the party is not in doubt at that level by the party, and that a candidate of another party cannot question it, or that the tribunal cannot question it. But the issue, that's why I said they missed the point. The issue is simple. Can you be a speaker in PDP and contest for governor in APC? That is the issue. That is simple. You are a speaker in PDP, holding PDP, paying dues in PDP, deposed to affidavit that you're a member of PDP. At the same time, you are flying the flag of APC.
You have to leave it there, Libros.
PDP at that point.
Thank you, Libros. I want to thank you for your intervention. Libros. Okay. Our time is spent. Julie. I know that Lucas Classic.
Yes, well, I want to see how the appeal court will decide this matter. Well, I was not sure about its resignation. I think we have cleared that.
Educate on this. Moji Jamu, I want to thank you. The Metro. Thank you for always being there. And that's our offering today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast tonight at 11 p.m. Join us this Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. The Journalist Hangout on Sunday. Catch us on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Uzuba. See you tomorrow. And God bless Nigeria.
Following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. Do you struggle with having an active and healthy lifestyle due to your busy schedule? Do you find it's difficult to make it to the gym? You want to improve your overall health, but don't know where and how to start? Medical experts agree that walking, running, and jogging are amongst the best ways to stay fit and enjoy a great active and healthy lifestyle. What if there was a convenient and affordable way to improve your health, improve your mood, and lose weight right in your own home? Introducing the SportX Digital Compact Treadmill, the compact foldable treadmill that makes being active and losing weight fast and easy. Just unfold it and walk, jog, or run while you watch your favorite programs on TV. And when you're done, just fold it and store it away. Now that's convenience. The secret is its advanced design that houses a 1 horsepower motor that is twice the size of most treadmills, packed into a nice compact unit, powering every step you take. You get the SportX digital compact treadmill system complete with a rugged commercial-grade ultra-durable traction belt, large LCD multifunctional display that displays speed, time, distance, calories, and has 12 different exercise programs, as well as a magnetic safety key for added security.
The SportX treadmill has really helped me get back in shape after childbirth. I love it because it's compact and can fit anywhere in the house. And when I'm done, I fold and put it away. Easy peasy.
This is the best piece of equipment for people like me who want to stay active without leaving the home. I simply unfold it and use it while I watch my favorite program on TV.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Politics is defined as getting what, where, when, and how. But in the mix, many things come to play to shape the political fortune of any country.
Honorable Minister, that's how you misinform the public.
From the political actors to the electorate, campaign to voting, from debates to policy decisions, big events happen to engage us in constant conversation.
That's what we're looking for. Not some people who are talking about ethnicity. No.
Who is on your mind?
Don't worry.
Join me every day on Politics Tonight, where we dissect issues that shape our political destiny. Politics Tonight, weekdays on TVC News.
A democracy should be, if we fight for it. Yes, it is now very flexible and resilient in Nigeria. Be assured. Shake off